are now unmuted.
कंटिन्यू करो, बच्चे नहीं आए, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है।
You are now muted.
अभी बच्चे नहीं आए हैं ना, तो कुछ क्वेश्चंस अपलोड कर दो उसके रिलेटेड और फिर उसको ऐसे टीज रहने दो, लास्ट में सॉल्यूशन निकाल दो।
You are now unmuted.
Hello everyone. So today we will start next of the friction in NLM, that is circular motion, right? एक कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको NLM से मैच करते हुए मिलेगा, बट सर्कुलर स्लाइटली डिफरेंट, थोड़ी सी अलग चीजें हैं। कॉन्सेप्ट्स कुछ अलग हैं, प्रोसेस कुछ अलग है, फॉर्मूले कुछ डिफरेंट है, राइट? सो अभी तक हम क्या पढ़ रहे थे? व्हेन अ पार्टिकल मूविंग इन अ लिनियर मोशन, और आई कैन से लाइक इन स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन, राइट? इट मे बी वो 1D हो सकता है, 2D हो सकता है, 3D हो सकता है, राइट? जैसे कि हमने पढ़ा था मोशन इन 1D, मोशन इन 2D एंड मोशन इन प्लेन। तो तीनों चीजें हमने पढ़ ली। हमने एनालॉग एंड फ्रिक्शन को इन्वॉल्व करके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस भी कर लिए और हमने प्रैक्टिस कर ली काफी कुछ चीजें। तो सर्कुलर मोशन क्या है? यहाँ पे सर्कुलर वेरिएबल्स इन्वॉल्व हो जाते हैं, राइट? बिफोर स्टार्ट दिस क्वेश्चन कुछ चीजें हम उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा एक ओवरव्यू ले लेते हैं, एक क्या क्या टर्म होंगे इसमें, तो एक क्विक रिवीजन आपका भी हो जाएगा एंड देन विल स्टार्ट विथ क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, राइट? सो जैसा कि आपको वर्ड से क्लियर है क्या? सर्कुलर मोशन, सर्कुलर मोशन मीन्स व्हाट? अ पार्टिकल इज मूविंग, सॉरी, सर्कुलर मोशन, राइट? दैट मीन्स व्हाट? ए पार्टिकल इज मूविंग इन अ सर्कल, राइट? जब पार्टिकल सर्कल में मूव करता है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? सर्कुलर मोशन बोलते हैं, लाइक दिस, इन दिस वे, राइट? सो सिमिलर टू लिनियर मोशन, ठीक है? लिनियर मोशन में हमने क्या क्या चीज डिफाइन करी थी? एस इज लिनियर डिस्प्लेसमेंट, इसको यहाँ सर्कुलर में हम क्या बोलते हैं? थीटा एज एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट, दिस इज कॉल्ड एंगुलर वेरिएबल्स, एंगुलर वेरिएबल्स, राइट? इस तरीके से हम लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है? एंड इन सेम वे लिनियर वेलोसिटीज भी यहाँ पे हम क्या बोलते हैं? एंगुलर वेलोसिटी एंड रिप्रेजेंटेड एज ओमेगा, राइट? लिनियर एक्सेलरेशन ए, सो सेम एज व्हाट वी से हियर अल्फा, अल्फा इज व्हाट? एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन, राइट? आई होप ये चीजें आपको पता होगा, ठीक है? सो लेट अस सपोज अगर पार्टिकल यहाँ से स्टार्ट करता है at t is equal to 0, particle is here, right? And at any time t में ये इतना डिस्टेंस कवर कर ले, बेसिकली यहाँ से स्टार्ट किया लाइक इन दिस सेंस, इन दिस वे, एंड पार्टिकल रीचेज एट दिस पॉइंट, राइट? सो लेट अस सपोज इफ द एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज थीटा, अगर एंगुलर रोटेशन है पार्टिकल का वो अगर थीटा है, तो एंगुलर रोटेशन या उसी को हम क्या बोलते हैं? व्हाट वी कॉल इट? एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट, राइट? एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट थीटा, जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है, इसको क्या बोलेंगे? ये एक क्या मैंने लिखा? टाइम टी इक्वल टू टी, ठीक है? टी इक्वल टू 0, पार्टिकल यहाँ था, टी इक्वल टू टी पे यहाँ पे। तो यहाँ पे दो केसेस बनेंगे, यहाँ पे दो केसेस क्या बनेंगे कि पार्टिकल जो है, लाइक पार्टिकल में मूव विथ constant velocity and constant angular velocity. Here what we will talk about the angular velocity. So एक constant angular velocity से मूव कर सकता है या वेरिएबल भी हो सकता है, दोनों केसेस हो सकते हैं, ठीक है. So if omega is constant, ठीक है, if omega is constant then this is called as uniform circular motion, ठीक है. अगर ओमेगा कांस्टेंट होगा so what we can say is uniform circular motion. तो uniform circular motion means what, कि जो इसका angular velocity होगा that will be constant or we can say that speed will be constant. अगर velocity हम देखें तो velocity को constant हम नहीं बोल सकते. And in this situation इस सिचुएशन में जनरली जो रिलेशन होता है s और थीटा का डायरेक्ट कोई रिलेशन नहीं होता है. बेसिकली क्या होता है, थीटा इज इक्वल टू आर्क बाई रेडियस, ये होता है आर्क बाई रेडियस. सो लाइक आर्क इज इक्वल टू थीटा इनटू रेडियस. आर्क इज व्हाट, लाइक दिस लेंथ, जो एक्चुअल लेंथ है बेसिकली डिस्टेंस है, डिस्प्लेसमेंट नहीं, वो आर्क लेंथ हो जाएगा, ठीक है. तो अगर आर्क लेंथ लिखना हो सो व्हाट वी कैन राइट, आर्क लेंथ इज इक्वल टू थीटा इनटू आर, ठीक है. बाकी रिस्पेक्टिव जो यूनिट्स है उस यूनिट्स में इसको यूज करेंगे, ठीक है. ओके, सो ओमेगा इज व्हाट, कांस्टेंट अगर ओमेगा है तो ये आर्क लेंथ होगा. और v और ओमेगा में क्या रिलेशन होता है, ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू v बाई आर. ये किसी भी इंस्टेंट के लिए होल्ड करेगा, एट एनी इंस्टेंट दिस विल होल्ड ऑलवेज, राइट. ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू v बाई आर. कोई पार्टिकल अगर सर्कुलर मोशन कर रहा है, पार्टिकल इज इन सर्कुलर मोशन, देन एट एवरी इंस्टेंट वी कैन से दैट ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू v बाई आर, राइट. ऑल्दो इन केस ऑफ यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन में क्या होगा, यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन में पार्टिकल का ओमेगा कांस्टेंट है तो ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू v बाई आर भी क्या हो जाएगा, कांस्टेंट हो जाएगा. सो यहाँ पे ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू v बाई आर, रेडियस कांस्टेंट, इसका मतलब जो स्पीड है वो क्या होगा, कांस्टेंट होगा, ठीक है. बट वेलोसिटी चेंज होगी. क्यों वेलोसिटी क्यों चेंज होगी, क्योंकि उसका मैग्नीट्यूड तो कांस्टेंट बट डायरेक्शन क्या है, चेंज हो रहा है. जैसे यहाँ पे इसका वेलोसिटी डायरेक्शन क्या हो जाएगा, इस तरीके से हो जाएगा, राइट. एंड एक बार कुछ इस तरीके से हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे आप ड्रॉ करोगे तो यहाँ पे कुछ इस तरीके से, मींस एट एवरी पॉइंट इट विल चेंज इन दिस वे, राइट. हर एक पॉइंट पे क्या होगा, ये चेंज होता रहेगा कुछ इस तरीके से, ठीक है, राइट. ओके, सो ये हो गया यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन, राइट. दिस इज कांस्टेंट, वेलोसिटी स्पीड इज कांस्टेंट, दैट मींस हम बोल सकते हैं एक्सेलरेशन क्या होगा, एक्सेलरेशन एट टी मींस टेंजेंशियल एक्सेलरेशन 0 होगा. बट कोई भी पार्टिकल अगर सर्कुलर मोशन कर रहा है तो बिकॉज ऑफ एनी फोर्स, किसी फोर्स की वजह से वो सर्कुलर मोशन कर पाता है. और उस फोर्स को क्या नाम दिया गया, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स, राइट. उस फोर्स का नाम दिया गया सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स व्हिच ऑलवेज एक्ट्स टुवर्ड्स द सेंटर इन दिस लेट. सपोज अगर ये पार्टिकल है ना, ये पार्टिकल है तो एक सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स लगता है इस तरीके से, एफसी अगर मैं इसको बोलूँ, ये क्या है, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स, ठीक है. ये चीज आपको पता होगी, सॉरी सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स, ठीक है, सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स, राइट. और इस सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स की वैल्यू क्या होती है, m इंटू ए आर. ए आर इज व्हाट, रेडियल एक्सेलरेशन, या फिर आप इसको सेंट्रीपिटल एक्सेलरेशन भी बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है. तो m इंटू ए आर की वैल्यू क्या होती है, ए आर इज इक्वल टू वी स्क्वायर बाई आर, या फिर इसको हम क्या लिख सकते हैं, आर ओमेगा स्क्वायर लिख सकते हैं. कोई चीज हम यूज कर सकते हैं एट एनी इंस्टेंट. अगर ओमेगा या भी कांस्टेंट रहेगा तो ए आर क्या होगा, कांस्टेंट होगा रेडियल एक्सेलरेशन. अगर वेरिएबल होगा तो भी क्या होगा, वेरिएबल होगा, ठीक है. तो ओमेगा अगर कांस्टेंट हो इस तरीके से, सिंपली एक ओमेगा अगर कांस्टेंट है तो हम क्या लिख सकते हैं, सिंपली थीटा इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा इनटू टी लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है. दिस एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज व्हाट, सिंपली ओमेगा इनटू टी हो जाएगा, ठीक है. एंड थीटा ऑब्वियस ये चीज आपको पता है, थीटा को हम किसमें मेजर करते हैं, रेडियन में मेजर करते हैं, ठीक है. एंड डायरेक्शन क्या होता है, लाइक मींस थीटा एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट, एंगुलर वेलोसिटी एंड एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन. दिस थ्री वेरिएबल्स आर एक्सियल वेक्टर, राइट. ये क्या तीनों है, एक्सियल वेक्टर है. इनका दो डायरेक्शन होता है, आइदर इनवर्ड आइदर आउटवर्ड. तो अभी इस सिचुएशन में अगर आप देखो तो यह काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज सेंस में पार्टिकल मूव कर रहा है, काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज मूव कर रहा है, दैट मींस व्हाट, इसका डायरेक्शन क्या होगा, आउटवर्ड साइड में होगा, ठीक है. सो ओमेगा कांस्टेंट है तो एक्सेलरेशन होगा ही नहीं, ठीक है. और काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज अगर मूव कर रहे हैं तो एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट का भी डायरेक्शन सेम है और एंगुलर वेलोसिटी का भी सेम है, ठीक है. अब सेकंड केस इसमें लेते हैं, इफ ओमेगा चेंजेस इज नॉट कांस्टेंट, ठीक चेंजेस लाइक ओमेगा में डिक्रीज ऑल्सो, ओमेगा में इंक्रीज ऑल्सो, डिक्रीज भी कर सकते हैं, इंक्रीज भी कर सकते, दोनों चीजें हो सकती है। कोई भी एक केस हम ले लेंगे सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ लाइक, अब सिंपल सी बात है, ओमेगा इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज कब करेगा, अगर एक्सीलरेशन, एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन का डायरेक्शन ओमेगा के अलोंग होगा तो ओमेगा क्या होगा, इंक्रीज होगा। अगर एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन का डायरेक्शन ओमेगा के अपोजिट होगा तो ओमेगा क्या होगा, डिक्रीज करेगा। ठीक है, सो एंड अल्फा इज अलोंग ओमेगा, राइट। अगर अल्फा क्या है, ओमेगा के अलोंग, तब क्या होगा, सिंपली अब इसमें सिमिलर टू द इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन, जो 3 इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशंस हमने पढ़ा था, सिमिलर वे में यहाँ पर भी वो चीज अप्लाई हो जाती है। ठीक है, तो वो चीज को हम अप्लाई करेंगे, अल्फा इज अलोंग द ओमेगा एंड अल्फा इज कांस्टेंट। अल्फा क्या है, अल्फा कांस्टेंट है, मींस अगर एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन कांस्टेंट है तो हम क्या चीज, वही सेम जो इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन हमने डिफाइन किया था उसमें वो चीज यहाँ पर भी डिफाइन कर सकते हैं। कैसे, ओमेगा फाइनल इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा इनिशियल प्लस अल्फा टी। ठीक है, सेकेंड हम क्या डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, ओमेगा फाइनल स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा इनिशियल स्क्वायर प्लस 2 अल्फा थीटा। थर्ड, थीटा इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा इनिशियल टी प्लस हाफ ऑफ अल्फा टी स्क्वायर। ठीक है, ये जो 3 इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन है, ये 3 इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशंस डिफाइंड है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ठीक है, इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन, ये चीजें डिफाइंड है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। ठीक है, राइट। ओके, सो दोनों केसेस हमने समझ लिया, राइट, कि अगर अल्फा अलोंग द ओमेगा है, ठीक है, तो अगर आपको चीजें समझ में आ रही होगी, अलोंग मींस व्हाट, अगर यहाँ पर अगर मैं लिखूँ, एक मिनट मैं लिखता हूँ, थोड़ी सी चीजें और आपको समझ में आएंगी। वेट अ सेकंड, जैसे यहाँ पे मैं लिखूँ, यहाँ पे क्या है आपका, ओमेगा इज आउटवर्ड, सो आउटवर्ड को मैं कैसे लिखता हूँ, डॉट से, लाइक दिस। ठीक है, एंड अल्फा इज आउटवर्ड, अल्फा आउटवर्ड, दिस इंप्लाइज ओमेगा विल इंक्रीज। इसका मतलब क्या होगा, ओमेगा क्या कर रहा होगा, इंक्रीज कर रहा होगा, बढ़ रहा होगा। ठीक है, और अगर अल्फा ओमेगा के अपोजिट है तो ओमेगा क्या हो रहा होगा, डिक्रीज हो रहा होगा। ठीक है, ओके फाइन। ठीक है, तो ये बेसिक चीजें हैं, राइट, हमें पता होना चाहिए, लाइक द बेसिक वेरिएबल्स इन सर्कुलर मोशन, और उसके जो लाइक लॉज ऑफ मोशन, इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशंस हो गए, एंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन के साथ साथ लाइक हाउ टू कैलकुलेट डिफरेंट पैरामीटर्स को कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है, एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन। ठीक है, बाकी इंस्टेंटेनियस और वो सारी चीज़ें हैं, इंस्टेंटेनियस एंगुलर वेलोसिटी, राइट, एवरेज एंगुलर वेलोसिटी, इंस्टेंटेनियस एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन, एंड along with that एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन क्या हो जाएगा, इंस्टेंटेनियस एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन एंड एवरेज एंगुलर एक्सीलरेशन। तो वो सारे पैरामीटर्स हैं जिसको हमें कैलकुलेट करना होता है। तो ठीक है, दैट इज द सेम वे which we have done in NLM, जैसे हमने NLM में किया था, इन सिमिलर पैटर्न वी कैन डू हियर, राइट। उसी तरीके से यहाँ पर भी हम चीज़ें कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, बस जो कुछ टर्मिनोलॉजीज हैं वो चेंज है, बाकी सारे जो फैक्टर्स हैं वो क्या है, सेम, लाइक मतलब द प्रोसेस इज द सेम बट लाइक द टर्म इज चेंज, राइट। टर्म जो क्या वो क्या चेंज हो गया। ठीक है, जैसे यहाँ पे एंगुलर डिस्प्लेसमेंट हो गया, एंगुलर वेलोसिटी हो गया, एंड एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन हो गया, राइट। Hello, Ajita.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's afternoon, not evening, right?
Good
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay. So, I think you are late by 15 minutes, right?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. So, actually, today we have to start circular motion, right? Actually, I was explaining the basic concepts of circular motion. Okay, just go through it, and once you get this, then we'll do some numericals based on this concept, right? Have you learned this chapter earlier? अजिता, क्या आपने इस चैप्टर को पहले पढ़ा है कभी?
No, sir.
ओके, नहीं पढ़ा
I
है।
mean, yes, sir. I studied, sir.
Okay. So like currently you are in which standard?
12th, sir.
Okay, so I think you have learned this concept in your 11th class, right?
Yes.
Okay. So are you aware about these concepts, like these basic parameters like angular variables and how these parameters vary and what are the relations between these variables? Do you know these relations or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you start with
1 minute.
Oh, okay. Just note it down.
Yes. Sir, what is the first relation, sir?
No, I just say that like this relation of equation of motion and like this circular motion. Yes, I am talking about this relation only. This one.
No, sir. But if omega is constant, Fc is equal to.
Okay, okay, wait. Fc is equal to m into ar. This is m mass into ar is radial acceleration. Ar is radial acceleration. And radial acceleration also called as centripetal acceleration. It's also called, you can write like slash, it's also called as centripetal acceleration.
Sir, omega is equal to V by R. What is R, sir?
R is the radius of circle in which particle is moving. Have you noted it down?
1 minute.
Okay, okay, just read.
Noted, sir.
Okay, okay, let me give you some numerical testing how much you know. Okay, okay, just try this one. Angular displacement theta is given as a function of time like this. Let us suppose 3 t cube plus 2 t square plus 5, right? Theta means angular displacement as a function of time is given like this. So you need to find angular velocity omega and angular acceleration alpha at t is equal to 2 seconds. Right? You have to find angular velocity omega and angular acceleration alpha at t is equal to 2 seconds. Do you know how to solve this question?
I'm trying, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Let's try.
So can you do one, sir?
Okay, so you're not able to solve this. Have you done this
No, sir.
question or not?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. See, actually, it is asked that we have to find omega and alpha at t is equal to at t is equal to 2 seconds, right? That means what? We have to find instantaneous angular velocity and instantaneous angular acceleration, right? So we know the relation. What is omega? Omega is nothing but d theta by dt, right? So means we need to differentiate this with respect to time. So when we will differentiate, what we'll get? We'll get 3 into 3 t square, right? Plus 2 into 2 t square, and the sorry, this will be t only, this will be t only, right? And the constant term will become 0, right? So what will get value of omega? Omega is nothing but we'll get 9 t square plus 4t, right? So just put the value of t omega at t is equal to 2 seconds. Just put this value, what we'll get? We'll simply 9 into 4 plus 4 into 4, right? When we will solve, what we'll get? You will get 50 radian per second. This is the value of omega. In a similar way, what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but d omega by dt, right? So just differentiate these ones with respect to t. What we'll get? We'll get 18 t plus 4, right? So alpha at t is equal to 2 seconds. Just put value of t. What will get? 18 into 2 plus 4. When we'll solve this, what we'll get? We'll get 40 radian per second square, right? Are you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basically, just we have to do a basic differentiation as we have done in NLM chapter and friction, basic in kinematics and NLM, right? Okay. Anything do you want to ask in this question? Or is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so should I take some more
1
illustration?
minute.
Okay, 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 no problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so should I take some more illustrations similar to this, or should we move on?
Sir?
Should I take some more illustration of same type, or should I move on next one?
Same type questions.
Okay, okay, see. Theta is given like this. Let us suppose t to the power 4 by 4 plus t square by 2 plus 10, right? So again, you have to find value of omega and alpha at t is equal to 3 second, right? You have to find angular velocity omega and angular acceleration alpha at t is equal to 3 second. Let's try this. Did you got the answer, Ruchita? I think this is
Yes.
same as previous one. Just do simple differentiation and put the value. Nothing much.
Omega is 30, alpha is 27.
Okay, okay, fine. So simply just differentiate once. We'll get value of omega. Omega is nothing but t cube plus t, right? So just put t is equal to 3. What we will get? We'll get 27 plus 3, that is 30, right? And similarly alpha will be equal to differentiate once this. So what will get? 3t square plus 1. Put the value of time 3. What will get? We'll get nothing plus 27 plus 1, that is 28, right? Okay, fine. Okay, let us do some new type of question. Okay, let's see. uh, what will be angular displacement, sorry, what will be angular displacement in 4.5 revolution? Did you get the question? You have to find angular displacement if a particle completes 4.5 revolution, right? अगर पार्टिकल 4 कंप्लीट सर्कल एंड एक हाफ सर्कल कंप्लीट कर लेते, एक हाफ रिवोल्यूशन ले लेते, 4 कंप्लीट रिवोल्यूशन एंड 1 हाफ रिवोल्यूशन कंप्लीट कर लेता है, so in that case what will be the angular displacement of the particle? Can you do this question, Asita? Do you know how to solve such questions?
No, sir.
Okay, tell me, na. If you not, well, how can I know, right? So if you are not able to solve this question or any question, just tell me, right? Then I will solve that. Don't worry about it. So what is said that a particle completes 4.5 revolution, right? So in one revolution, what is the net displacement? Means one revolution means what? A particle starts from this point like this, like this, like this, and comes again to at this point. So what will be the complete rotation? Rotation, the angle net by the particle will be 2 pi, or I can say like that 360 degree, right? Or I can say as 2 pi radian, right? So in one revolution the particle covers 2 pi radiant displacement. This is angular displacement, right? So so in 4 revolution, how much it will be? In 4 revolution it will be 4 pi radian, right? 4 revolution plus half, right? So if a particles do covers 2 pi radian angle in complete revolution, so how much will be the displacement in half revolution?
Pi.
Right, right. So in half revolution, the angular displacement will be pi. So like the net displacement, angular displacement in 4.5 revolution will be, let us write, net displacement is equal to 8 pi plus pi, and this will be equal to 9 pi radian. Right? Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so find what will be angular displacement of a particle in 10.5 revolution. Angular displacement in 10.5 revolution.
Twenty-one pi.
Right, right. It will be 21 pi. Okay, that's right, that's right. Okay, ठीक है. And what we can do, the answer will be simply 20 pi plus pi, that is 21 pi. Okay, fine. Okay, let us do the previous question, the question number 1. Okay, just read this question and try to solve it.
Sir, how to do this, sir?
Okay, you don't know? Okay, see. So tell me, what is the difference between speed and velocity?
Sir,
What is the difference between speed and velocity?
speed is calculated as distance per time. Velocity is calculated by displacement per time.
Okay, it's okay. Unit wise, both are the same, right? If you see
Yes.
by unit wise, both are same. So what is the main difference between?
Yes.
This is 1 marks question, which we used to taught in like in 9th or 10th class. Speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity, right? And velocity is a vector quantity,
Vector quantity.
right? So you know the difference between scalar and vector quantity?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like in scalar means what? And scalar quantities only magnitudes matter, or I can say that only magnitude of that physical quantity counts. Uh, but in vector, magnitude and direction both counts for us, right? along with magnitude, direction also matters for us, right? So velocity is a vector quantity, right? So what is said in the question, aeroplane is moving in a circular path with some speed, right? So this is the speed, right? Means I can also say that the magnitude of velocity, right? Speed is equal to magnitude of velocity at any instant, right? And what is said that what is the change in velocity in half revolution? In half revolution means what? Particle have completed pi radian angular displacement, right? So if we draw the figure, it will be somewhat like this. If the particle starts from a, means like direction of velocity is in this way, right? And after half revolution, the direction of velocity will be vertically downward, means exactly opposite, right? So if I write velocity at a is equal to v j cap, and if I say like this is the Cartesian plane, this is x and this is y, so velocity at v will be equal to minus time v j cap, right? I can write in this way, right? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So what is asked that what is the change in velocity in half revolution? So change in velocity means delta v is equal to v final minus v initial, or I can also write as v final means what? Vb minus va, right? So what is vb? Vb is nothing but minus v j cap, and what is at a v j cap, right? So what we'll get? We'll get nothing but minus 2v j cap, right? So if I talk, because like in the options the magnitudes are only given, right? So if you talk about the magnitude, what will be magnitude of delta v? Magnitude of delta v will be equal to twice of v, right? And the magnitude of v is already given, that is 250. So what it will be? 2 into 250, and this will be equal to 500. Sorry, this will be equal to 500 kilometer per hour, right? Did you get it, as the how I solve this question? Okay, fine. So if I ask you that like in same datas, uh, what will be the value of change in velocity in what I can 3/4 of revolution, after 3/4 of revolution? Okay, let me write. Question is like datas are same as previous one. What will be change in velocity in 3/4 revolution? Sorry, 3/4 revolution. Right? Did you get the question? Like what I want to ask to you means if particle completes 3/4 of revolution, so what will be the magnitude of velocity in that case?
Sir, in the previous question, how did we find take it as a half revolution?
What what is half? We didn't did anything half. Just read
Sir,
the, yeah. Tell me again.
sir, in the previous question, how did we where did we use the half revolution, sir?
Half revolution means what? The angular displacement of particle is pi radian, right? So initially the particle is at a, if I assume that initially the particle is at point A, right? So after a half revolution means what? The particle have completed pi radian revolution. Like half revolution means what? The angular displacement of the particle is pi radian, right? So after, like, if I draw the line which is making an angle pi radian, so what I will get? I will get exactly opposite to V along the diameter, right? So this is the initial position, and this is the final position, or I can say after half revolution the position of the particle will be this B point, and the direction of velocity will be like this, in this way, in this manner, right? Now is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you try next one, which I just write this one, change in velocity in 3/4 of revolution.
అక్కడ నుంచి సార్ ఇది 650 సార్.
What? Can you repeat?
$250.
250? No, 250 is not the answer. So there are a lot of noise in background.
Sir?
Okay, now it's little bit fine. Actually, there is a lot of noise in the background from your side. Okay, it's okay. Not good. So what you are saying? What answer you got?
$250, sir.
250. Okay, no, 250 is the wrong answer. Okay, just see. 3/4 revolution means what? First, we have to find the position, right? So what will be the position of the particle after, like, if I say that initial position is particle is the A, the point A, so what will be the final position? Means like the position of the particle after 3/4 of revolution, right? So this is the half revolution, right? So after half revolution the particle will complete 1/4 of revolution again, like this. So the position of particle after 3/4 revolution will be this, and the direction of velocity will be like this. Let us mark this as point T, right? So this will be the position of the particle, and this will be the direction of velocity after 3/4 of revolution. So if I write in vector form, so what I can write, velocity at point T is nothing but V vector I cap, right, in this manner, right? So change in velocity means what? Delta will be what? V final means Vd vector minus Va vector, right? So what is Vd vector is nothing but Vi cap minus what is Va vector? Vj cap, right? So this is the change in velocity in form of vector, right? So if I simplify this, what I will get? If I simplify this, means I have to take what, na? Like we have to reply in terms of magnitude. So when I take this magnitude, what I will get? I will get under root of V square plus V square. When I simplify this, what I will get? I will get V root 2. And what is the value of V? Is 250. So 250 root 2 kilometer per hour be the right answer. So basically, in this situation also we have to find the final position after 3/4 of revolution. Then write the velocity in form of vector and just take the magnitude of that, right?
Yes.
Any confusion?
Sir, in the previous question we took minus VI. Why not in this answer?
In previous question we took minus J, right? Because we assume the Cartesian form like this, like in this direction, the x positive x, so the negative x will be in this direction, and upward direction is plus y, so in downward direction will be minus y. So after assuming this sign convention, which is standard, right, which we will use in 99.9% cases of the questions or situations, right. So with that sign convention, I write velocity at a is equal to v j cap, and velocity at b is equal to minus v j cap. Minus means what? This is negative of j, means y vector, or I can also say this is in negative I sense. Okay, this is not I, this is j, right? This is j, right? But at d position, when you will see d position, the direction of velocity is along the positive direction of x. So I can write velocity at point d is equal to v I, right?
Yes, sir.
Any more confusion? Any query?
No.
Okay. So did you get how I solved this question and how I got this answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let us move on. Next one. Okay, so try this one. Just try to read this and apply the concept which I teach you in just initial time from starting at the time of starting of our class.
Option A, sir.
Okay, what you are saying? Did you get any answer? Ajita, did you get any answer?
Yes, sir.
So, are you able to solve this or not?
Yes, sir. Option.
Okay, see. What is say that if a particle moves in a circle describing equal angles in equal times, its velocity vector, right? So if you see any kind of circular motion like this, right? So if we talk about the velocity vector, right, like this, at this situation like this, at this situation like this, at this situation like this, right? So at every position, if I mark this a b c d, right, if speed is constant, speed means what? Magnitude of velocity, right? So if speed is constant, then velocity is changes. Why? Because direction of velocity changes. Like in at this position at point a, the velocity is along plus j. At point b, the velocity is along minus I cap, and at c, velocity is along minus j cap and plus, and at point d, velocity is along plus I cap. And if I draw at any random point, the velocity will be along the both, like some component of will be along the x-axis and some component will be along the y-axis, right? So uh, so velocity vector will change in direction, right? And what is said in the question, the particles moves in a circle describe equal angles in equal times. So what is omega? Omega is nothing but delta theta by delta t. right? Angular velocity. So it is said that like particles covers equal angle in equal times. Means this term is constant. So what I can say that omega is constant. If omega is constant, then v is constant because v is equal to r omega, which is constant. So magnitude of velocity is constant, but its direction changes. Right. So which one will be the correct answer?
Then that
Right. So the C option will be the correct one because magnitude is constant but direction is changes. Is it clear to you?
yes, sir.
Any confusion?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let us move on the next one. Okay, just read this and try to find the solution.
Or D.
Which option?
D.
D. Okay, let us check it. So what is said the acceleration of a train traveling with a speed 400 meter per second as it goes round a curve of radius 160 meter. So like the track may be like this one, right? And train is moving in this way, right? So basically like speed means I can write as v is equal to 400 meter per second and radius of curvature means this r is equal to 160 meter, right? So in this situation what will be the acceleration will be nothing but it is talking about centripetal acceleration, right? Or I can also say the radial acceleration, it is ar or ac, right? So at any instant ar is equal to v square by r, or I can also write as r omega square, right? This is the way how we find radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration, right? This is called,
So, 1 minute.
okay, what you want to say? So
Sir, it's option A, sir.
what?
It is option A, sir.
Right. The A will be the correct answer. Right. So just put this value like v square means what? 400 into 400 divided by 160. When we will solve this, what we will get? We will get 1000 meter per second square. Means I can also write as 1 kilometer per second square. So option A will be the correct one. Right. Where you did the mistake?
Sir, I did not like add 1 0, sir.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so let us move on the next one. Okay, so just read this question and try to solve it, right? And if you're not able to solve, just tell me. I will explain to you. Don't worry.
Yes. Sir, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, see what is said. An electric fan has blades of length 30 centimeter as measured from the axis of rotation. A fan is rotating at 120 rpm, right? So 120 rpm is nothing but it is omega, right? So rpm means what? Do you know what means rpm? Ajita, do you know what rpm means? Ajita, can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Yeah, it was breaking, sir. What did you say, sir?
Okay, no, I'm asking you that do you know what is rpm means?
Yes, sir. Revolutions per minute.
Right, right. So just first find omega in terms of radian per second. Try to do by yourself. Omega, like in omega in terms of radian per second, because we need that one. What you got the value of omega in terms of radian per second?
Sir, 1 omega is 1 radian only, no, sir.
No, 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 no. Like what is said that if the fan is rotating at 1200 rpm, 1200 rpm is basically omega of this fan, means angular velocity in terms of revolution per minute, right? So we have to find acceleration of on the t point. Basically, we have to find the acceleration of this t point, right? Basically, it will be equal to. Basically, it is asked about the radial acceleration, and it will be equal to r omega a square, right?
Yes.
So what will be its value? Okay, let us do it. 1200 rpm means in 1 revolution there will be 2 pi radian, and 1 minute means 60 second, right? So if we solve, what we will get 2 means it will be 40 pi radian per second, right?
How 2 pi, sir?
What?
How 2 pi, sir?
That's why I asked you, do you know rpm or not? Rpm means what? Revolution per minute. Revolution per minute means what? That in 1 revolution, like in 1 minute, how many revolution a fine or particle completes, right? This is what means revolution per minute. So in 1 revolution, how many radian? 2 pi radian, right? 1 revolution means what? Means 1 complete circle, and in 1 complete circle the particles travels by 2 pi radian in terms of angular
Yes.
displacement, right? So 1 revolution means what? 2 pi radian of angular displacement. Then rpm means what? Revolution per minute means like how many revolution a particle does in 1 minute, right? So we have to find like omega, because the answers are given in terms of meter per second, right? So we have to convert this omega rpm into radian per second, right? So this is the process how we convert this revolution per minute into radian per second, right? Multiply by 2 pi to convert it in radian, then by minute like time, then 1 minute convert it into second. So 1 minute is equal to 60 second, right? Now is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So can you solve this to find the value of AR, radial acceleration, by putting this value?
What will be R, sir?
Tell me, just read the question, you will find. Just read the question once.
Electric fan has laser length 30 centimeter.
Did you get it?
Sir, but R is radius, no sir. It's length, no sir.
Right, right. Radius means what? Already asked. The question he asked that the acceleration of a point on the tip of the blade. Right. So a point on the tip of blade means what? It is talking about this point. This point. Right. If a particle is at the tip of this fan like this, so it is asked about this point. What will be the acceleration of this point? Right? So like r means radius, it is not always radius, it is basically the distance of the point or particle from axis of rotation. Don't remember with radius, right? R is basically distance of the particle from axis of rotation. Write it down. Right. And this is the axis of rotation, and it is said that like the blade has length 30 centimeter as measured from the axis of rotation, right? So r is may not be always radius, so it is basically the distance of particle from axis of rotation, right? So in this case r is nothing but 30 centimeter, right? So put this value and try to solve it.
$48,000, sir.
48. So like what will be the approx value, because like you have to solve the that pi also.
Pi can I take it as 3.14, sir?
Right, right. I think you will get approximately 4800. If you solve that, you will get approximately 400. Approximately.
1 minute, sir. It's approximately 16,000, sir.
No, no, no. Like it is not pi, it is pi square, na? So omega is equal to 40 pi, na? So you have to do square of that, na? So like it will be 480 pi square, right? So you have to calculate the value of pi square. So just
One.
you will get the approximately this value, right? Kept nearby this value. in most of the question you can use pi square as approximately equal to 10, but it's not equal to 10, it is slightly less than 10, right? So you may use pi square is equal to 10, it will give you the approx value, right? Not exact value. So if you put the pi square is equal to 10, what you will get? You will
Pi
get
square is equal to 10, sir.
what?
Pi square is equal to 10, sir.
No, it is approximate value, not exact value, right? It is
Okay.
approximate. Once you do, just do by your calculator, right? The square of 3.14. Just see what you are getting. You will get approx value, like it will be approximately 9.8 something, like this.
Okay.
Wait, let me check me also. You will get 9.859, right? If you do this,
Okay.
you will get 9.859, right? Right. This is approximately 10, right? So like in calculation in exam time, you can use pi square is equal to 10, right? That will save your time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any confusion in this question?
No, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so move on the next one. Okay, this is one of the logical question. You have to use the concept of vector, right? Just read this and try to solve this. You have to use the concept of vector, right?
Sir?
Okay, just read this question and try to solve.
ये वेरिएबल सोचते नहीं है बस
Sir, is it tangent or
What?
acceleration? Is it tangent or acceleration, sir?
Okay. Can you repeat once?
Is it option B, sir?
Option B, circumferential tangential acceleration.
Sir?
Wait. No. It's the correct answer is A. Option A. How you did it? How you did this? How you solve this? What was your approach?
I guessed it.
Okay. Don't try this again, right? Okay, because in most of the cases you will get wrong answer, right? Okay, see. What is P? P is basically linear momentum, right? And so how I can write this? P vector is nothing but it is equal to m into v vector, right? So I can say that velocity vector is along this vector, right?
Sir.
Right? Because like momentum is along the along the velocity, right? And I can also say that velocity is along the momentum vector, right? So just see in circular motion, right? In circular motion, if particle is moving with constant speed, right? Constant speed means what? Its magnitude is not changing, like the magnitude of velocity is not changing, right? So velocity will be in this direction and the radial acceleration will be always towards the center of the circle in this direction, right? And there is an angle of 90-degree with velocity vector and acceleration vector, right? So this is the case of uniform circular motion. Right? Uniform circular motion means what? That speed is not changing. Right? Speed is constant with time. Velocity changing means what? Direction of speed, direction of velocity is changing, but magnitude is constant, right? So if velocity is perpendicular to acceleration, so what relation, if we have to check that like velocity is perpendicular to acceleration or not, so how can we check? Do you know? By using vector method like dot product or cross product.
Dot product.
Right. Dot. Because like if the angle between the two vectors is 90 degrees, then dot product will be 0. So in this case, I can write a dot b vector is equal to 0, because the angle between a vector and b vector is 90 degrees. So cos 90 will be 0. Right. So if a dot b is 0, then I can say that acceleration is perpendicular to velocity vector. Then I can say that this implies that the particle is doing uniform circular motion. Right. So just check this, that a dot p is what, like when we do a dot p, what it gives. When we will do a dot p, you will get 0. A dot p. Just solve this. This is 2, 6 are 12 minus 12. You will get 0. Right. This implies I can say that acceleration is perpendicular to p vector, or I can also say that acceleration is perpendicular to velocity vector. Right. So if net acceleration is perpendicular to velocity vector, this means what? The particle is doing uniform circular motion. Right. Did you get this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so note it down. Actually, okay, let me explain some more things also. Let me explain one more thing. If particle is accelerating or deaccelerating in circular motion, right? So in that case, there will be a tangential acceleration also, right? So and centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration will be always right in any kind of motion, and this direction, the direction will be always along the towards the center of the circle, right? So if particle is accelerating, means velocity is increasing. So in that case, like if this is the direction of velocity, so the acceleration will be along the velocity, right? So I can say that at means tangential acceleration is along the velocity, right? So if in this case, if I had to find the net acceleration, so what will be the direction of net acceleration? This resultant of this at tangential acceleration and radial acceleration. So the resultant will be somewhere in this direction. It will depends on the magnitude of AR and AT, right? That what the angle it will makes with this velocity vector or radial vector. This will be A net, right? But if velocity is, if the speed is constant or magnitude of velocity is constant, so in that case the at will be 0, this tangential acceleration will be 0. Then in that case the net acceleration will be equal to radial acceleration, right? So this is the case of uh, like uniform circular motion, right? Which is the question we solved, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so keep in mind how to calculate net acceleration in circular motion. Okay, so do we move on? Okay, see you on next. Okay, just read this question and try to find out.
वेरीफाई बोलने की वेरीफाई कोई వేస్తాను వెరిఫై పోయింట్ చేయండి అవునా ఇది లేకపోతే सारे हमारे दिख रहे हैं मैं सारे दिल्ली दिल्ली में बना
Do you know how to solve this question?
Yes.
Okay. Try once.
A, sir.
A option. No, A is not the correct answer. How you do this? Can you tell me, Ishta, how you did this?
Sir, I use omega is equal to V square by R, sir.
No. Omega is equal to V by R, not V square by R. Right? Omega is equal to V by R. Right? Actually, in general case, in general case, we use this formula. Omega means angular velocity about a point is equal to component of velocity perpendicular to r. Okay, but this means the component of velocity perpendicular to this r vector, right? So in this case, let me explain some example. Okay, if I ask that okay, let me give one example first. Okay, if I said you that a particle is released from some height, right? Let us suppose this is 50 meter, right? Particle of mass m is released, right? And you have asked to find angular velocity omega about point p. This is p, this is a, and this is b, and this distance is equal to, let us suppose, 20 meter, right? So you have to find omega means angular velocity about point p, right? So how can you find this? About point p after 2 seconds. The question is this: you have to find angular velocity omega about point P after 2 seconds. Do you know how to solve this question, Archita? Okay, don't worry. See, basically, first we have to find the velocity of this after 2 seconds, right? So just use the formula v is equal to u plus at, right? So initial velocity is 0 and acceleration is minus 10 into t is 2, so it will be minus 20 meter per second. Minus means what? In negative y direction basically, right? So let us suppose the particle is at this point having direction of velocity like this, right? And this will be the r vector. R vector means what? uh, the point joining the particle and point about which we have to find the angular velocity, right? So we can do in two ways. First we can find omega is equal to v perpendicular, means component of velocity perpendicular to r vector upon r vector, or we can also do by omega is equal to velocity upon r perpendicular to velocity vector, right? We can use any of them, right? One of them, right? We can, it just depends on the situation, right? Which will be the convenient we can use that one, right? So in this case the direction of velocity is not changing, right? Like it is always vertically downward, right? But r vector is changing always, right? So we can use this one. We can use omega is equal to velocity upon velocity upon r, or component of r perpendicular to velocity vector, right? So this is velocity vector which is always vertically downward when its magnitude is increasing. And what will be r perpendicular to velocity vector? Just simply draw from this point to this point like this. This is the r perpendicular to velocity vector, right? This will be our r perpendicular basically, right? So velocity is equal to 20, and what is r perpendicular? R perpendicular is nothing but 20 meters. So omega will be equal to 1 radian per second, right? Azita, can you listen me? Am I audible to you? Okay, I think there may be some issue from your side because from this side it is clear. Just check your system. There may be some issue from your side. Okay, can you hear me now? Is that okay? That's fine. Okay, so did you get this solution? How we solve this? Like when a particle is released from a height of 50 meter, and you have asked to find the angular velocity about a point P after 2 seconds. Okay, okay, it's okay. Don't worry. Okay, actually, what I did, so we have two way to solve this, right? Basically, omega is nothing but we can write in this way also, like omega is equal to component of velocity perpendicular to r vector in this way. In second way, we can also write omega is equal to velocity upon r perpendicular to v vector, right? We can use in both way, right? So in this situation, what we are saying that like the direction of velocity is constant, like it is not saying it is always vertically downward. Only the magnitude of velocity is increasing, but r vector is always changing its direction, right? So it is better to use this formula, right? That is velocity upon component of r perpendicular to velocity vector, right? So we calculated velocity after 2 seconds. What we get? We get minus 20 meter per second. Minus 20 means what? It is vertically downward, right? So we get, let us suppose this is the position after 2 seconds. So velocity vector will be in this sense, right? And this is like this is always vertically downward. So like velocity, direction of velocity is always vertically downward. And what is r perpendicular? Like perpendicular distance between velocity vector and from point about which we have to find the omega, right? Okay, like is now it is clear, like my voice is clear to you? Okay, 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 it's okay. Okay, so just actually I was explaining this question only, right? And if you got this explanation, basically velocity after 2 seconds is 20, which you got here, and r perpendicular means what? Like the perpendicular distance from point P, which we got 20, which is already given, right? So 20 by 20 is equal to 1. So what we get the value of omega, it is 1 radian per second. So in similar way, we can solve this question. Get a similar pattern, right? So what is asked that right? First, when passing through point B, angular velocity of P particle P about A and C, right? So first we have to find angular velocity about point C and about point A. So let us write angular velocity about C. So what we can write? We can write velocity upon r perpendicular to velocity, right? So velocity is v, and what is perpendicular? Like it point B, the direction of velocity like this. it will be in this sense, right? And this line is always perpendicular to this, right? So I can write v by r simply. So angular velocity about point C will be equal to v by r. Okay, so let us check next. Angular velocity about point A, and it will be equal to, yeah, actually I am writing something. So about point A, it will be equal to v upon the, what is perpendicular distance? This is the perpendicular distance, which is equal to 2r, right? So angular velocity about point A will be equal to v by 2r, right? So this is omega c and this is omega a. Okay, it's okay. Actually, if you are able to see and hear me clearly, then it's okay. If you are not, then also it's okay, right? Don't worry. uh, if anything will left, we can discuss in next class also, right? And if you are able to see and hear me clearly, then try to understand. Okay.
क्यों? आप जो एक बार वो आया था ना, उस टाइम बुलाया था आपको, तो कैसे तुम मतलब ये अगर मिलेगा काम तुमने तो देगा ना, काम तुमने तो देगा ना, 24 दिन के बाद एक बार बोला 24 दिन के बाद, अब 3 बार आना पड़ेगा। कौन सा कोर्स है? मोबाइल। ये है ICI।
If you are able to listen me, then we can continue for 5 minutes. And if you are not able to listen me, and if you are not able to see the screen, then it's okay, you can sign out. Because if you are not able to see the screen and if you are not able to hear me, then it's not any worth, so that I can. Okay, I think there might be some issue from your side, because other students are able to see the screen and they are also able to solve the questions.
हाँ वो तो पता है। और क्या डबल नाइन डबल फाइव
You are currently the only person in this conference.
क्यों Why? इतनी अच्छी और मैंने सुना क्या अच्छा वो उसका ना हाँ वो मैं भी मानता हूँ राइटिंग मुझे समझ नहीं आता कि बच्चे को भी शायद हाँ राइटिंग करके मैंने बोला सही बात लोग राइटिंग बस आपके साथ लिखते हैं तो सर्टिफिकेट
You are now muted.
कहाँ दिया तुमने? मेरे को चाहिए मेरे को दोबारा डंडा मेरे को 2-3 चाहिए